Once royalty carves out its place in history, it becomes an empire. And an empire needs room to grow. People call us an empire. We simply call ourselves Royals. Queens has been committed to excellence in everything we do. Now, we've leveled up. We're faster. We're stronger. We're better than ever. And now, we're ready for a new challenge. Our legacy has expanded. ASUN is now our domain, whether it's away or at home. On the diamond, even when no one is watching. Working, training, coaching. In the moments that define our empire, Royals are Division 1.
Every journey has a starting point. Each student has a moment when talent and passion meet opportunity. At the intersection of challenge and support, self-discovery fuels breakthroughs, and leaders emerge prepared for what's next. I grew up loving music. It possesses this very real, very unique power for connection and healing. And my journey as a music therapist took shape here.
I discovered the pool offered a more level playing field and the chance to push my limits. At Queens, there's so much opportunity, and our potential for greatness accelerates with every step of our collective journey.
I've always had a knack for chemistry, and that talent has magnified since I got here, rippling out in new directions. I'm not afraid to take risks. I believe challenges make us stronger, and innovation only comes when we're willing to lean into the unknown.
I'm still not sure what the future holds, but whatever it is, Queens has prepared me for it.
My professors push me in the classroom and believe in my abilities.
My coaches, professors, all of us, we're one team, one family.
Here, my voice is heard. I'm given the freedom to be myself and charter new opportunities for change.
Here, strength comes from within.
Practice makes perfect.
And curiosity knows no bounds.
I believe Queens graduates will create a better tomorrow. Where we go next? That's up to us.
Hello and welcome here to beautiful Charlotte, North Carolina. We are at Dixon Field at the Queens Sports Complex alongside Kat Biancardi. I'm Nick Kloss, sideline reporter Caitlin Beerworth. We'll hear from her shortly. Both of these teams, Queens and Ball State, a great matchup today. Both 0-1 to start the season. Ball State losing to Kentucky and Queens losing to UNC Wilmington. Kat, what do you think the keys for Queens to bounce back today are?
Absolutely. Coach Knowles said the keys are focusing on total team soccer, and that means offensively and defensively. And I got a Biancardi bold prediction here for you, Nick, that we're going to get our first goal of the season, and it's going to be by Sophia Murtiz. She is someone who's a upperclassman and just really had a tough game offensively, and I think she's really just going to come back into the game and just rebound and really focus and knock one in the back of the net.
All right, in game two, we already have a bold prediction, but Ball State lost a lot of offense, but returned 4 graduate students, all vital defensively. So losing all that offensive power, but gaining a lot on the defensive end, that experience. How do you think this plays out for them?
Well, playing Kentucky specifically was a great test for the defense of Ball State. It gives them an opportunity to come into the Queens game with a little bit more, okay, we had to play a really tough opponent, and now we get to kind of not necessarily relax, but have a road game where we can kind of refocus and play a more evenly matched team.
And Kat, it really sounds like we're talking a lot of defense, but I mean, you have Erica Turner for Queens in net, and then also for Ball State, I mean, she had 9 saves, a career high. It was Bethany Moser in net for them against Kentucky. So 2 good goalies. I mean, it's just going to be a defensive battle today.
Absolutely. And Ball State defensively was tested. I mean, there was over 20 shots and had to be 9 saves. It's pretty good, I'd say.
And so last game, UNC Wilmington, that was a 2-0 loss for Queens, but it was a good start, and, you know, there was a lot to see from it. We're going to toss it to Caitlin Beersworth to see what she has what she got from Coach Knoll after the game.
Yeah, Coach Knoll said the game against UNC Wilmington had a lot of manageable mistakes that unfortunately hurt them, though. Although it's frustrating to lose 2 set pieces, and it's encouraging, and it shows the team that this is a team that can be taken seriously at the new Division I level. As for Queens on the attack, today is going to be important to building their offensive momentum against a Ball State team that allowed 14 shots on goal against Kentucky on Thursday. Nick and Kat, I'm excited to see who's going to score the first ever Division I goal in Queens women's soccer history.
Thanks, Caitlin. And Kat, that is a huge thing we are both thinking about right now. You know, both of these teams have not scored a goal yet in 2022. You know, who's it going to be for Queens? You already have your bold take. Ball State, we'll see. But I'm excited to see if they can put one in the back of the net today and get their season started.
Absolutely. And Queens Athletics saying this year is be the first. So let's see who's going to be the first to score the goal of the season.
Now we're going to take a quick break before the national anthem, but we'll be right back with the opening half action. Stick with us.
Once royalty carves out its place in history, it becomes an empire. And an empire needs room to grow. People call us an empire. We simply call ourselves Royals. Queens has been committed to excellence in everything we do. Now, we've leveled up. We're faster. We're stronger. We're better than ever. And now, we're ready for a new challenge. Our legacy has expanded. ASUN is now our domain, whether it's away or at home. On the diamond, even when no one is watching. Working, training, coaching. In the moments that define our empire, Royals are Division I.
Every journey has a starting point. Each student has a moment when talent and passion meet opportunity. At the intersection of challenge and support, self-discovery fuels breakthroughs, and leaders emerge prepared for what's next. I grew up loving music. It possesses this very real, very unique power for connection and healing. And my journey as a music therapist took shape here.
I discovered the pool offered a more level playing field and the chance to push my limits. At Queens, there's so much opportunity, and our potential for greatness accelerates with every step of our collective journey.
I've always had a knack for chemistry, and that talent has magnified since I got here, rippling out in new directions. I'm not afraid to take risks. I believe challenges make us stronger, and innovation only comes when we're willing to lean into the unknown.
I'm still not sure what the future holds, but whatever it is, Queens has prepared me for it.
My professors push me in the classroom and believe in my abilities.
My coaches, professors, all of us, we're one team, one family.
Here, my voice is heard. I'm given the freedom to be myself and charter new opportunities for change.
Here, strength comes from within.
Practice makes perfect.
And curiosity knows no bounds.
I believe Queen's graduates will create a better tomorrow. Where we go next? That's up to us.
Once royalty carves out its place in history, it becomes an empire. And an empire needs room to grow. People call us an empire. We simply call ourselves Royals. Queens has been committed to excellence in everything we do. Now, we've leveled up. We're faster. We're stronger. We're better than ever. And now, we're ready for a new challenge. Our legacy has expanded. ASUN is now our domain, whether it's away or at home. On the diamond, even when no one is watching. Working, training, coaching. In the moments that define our empire, Royals are Division 1.
Life. It happens. And sometimes, all you can focus on is the pain. At Ortho Carolina, we want to restore you to a life without the pain. A life where the activities you pursue are no longer hindered. A life where you can freely enjoy, love, and participate in the lives of the people closest to you. Ortho Carolina, you improved.
Hello and welcome back once again. I'm Nick Kloss alongside Kat Biancardi as we bring you Queens against Ball State for NCAA Division I women's soccer action, and a lot to be excited for right now. Will Queens get their first goal in Division I program history? Will Ball State pick up their first one in the year? It's all unfolding right here on a beautiful Sunday morning here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And Kat, I mean, it's an exciting one. It's an exciting time for Queens University of Charlotte. I mean, setting a record in attendance in their first game last Thursday.
825 folks in attendance, which was just a historic moment in Queens University history. And just the fact that right now, I'm going to give everyone here a lot of credit for showing up. And you got some Ball State fans here because Ball State actually has a girl on her team, Tori Monaco, from Charlotte Mecklenburg, played down at South Mex. So she's a local girl that clearly Cardinal Nation showed up to see her.
Same high school as Jairo Durant, so some similarity there. And, you know, Queens taking the field now. Kat, I was just thinking about, I mean, all these Ball State fans here, and that's a long way to travel, so that's some commitment, maybe some locals like you just said, and so it's an exciting time for Queens and an exciting time for this women's soccer program as these two teams now take the field. And, you know, it's a big night. It's a big day, excuse me, but our cameraman actually had his own bold take saying Jada Palmer was going to be the first one to put it in the back of the net for the Royals.
Yes, Mr. Keelan Peon was the man to predict that. He feels really strong about Jada's defensive performance and just her steadiness as a defender and a senior leader. And so we'll let another bold prediction come in, but Icardi's bold prediction for today is still Sophia Miritis.
And we'll see if that one plays out. But last year, leading scorer in 21, Chelsea Rout for Ball State. She's gone this year. She had 9 points, 4 goals, and 1 assist. So that's a huge loss for them. Also, Tatiana Mason and Nikki Potts ranked 6th and 9th in Ball State history in points scored. I mean, losing that for any team is just tough.
Absolutely, and Ball State's really going to be challenged to see who's going to step up and really be the person to offensively take control in the attacking third.
And we will see how this all plays out. Both teams have taken the field, and we are underway here in Charlotte. Already taken
Grace
down.
Guglielmo right there.
Already
She's
going
one of the most
down.
aggressive players to wear a Queens uniform. I'll tell you that right now.
And
Between both sports.
that's all you hear about Grace, and she, like you said, two-sport athlete, lacrosse and soccer. And she got taken down last game, got the first yellow card for Queens, and, you know, doesn't seem like she would have it any other way.
No, that's her style. She's intense and she plays with an absolute passion, but nothing really shakes her, and that's one thing I love about watching her play.
Throw in coming in the offensive third for Ball State. Kicked in, blocked. Another way, and a turnover. Guglielmo with the ball. Going back and forth here. Ball State putting pressure on. Queens really focusing on trying to get the offense going early as UNC Wilmington really controlled possession in that last game.
UNC Wilmington did control possession in the last game, but when you look at the stats, Nick, even opportunities on both sides in terms of corner kicks and opportunities, Queens just had a bit of a tough time just really getting their nerves out and actually being able to feel confident putting something on the net.
Understandable nerves there. First Division I game ends in a 2-0 loss, but right back at it here today against Ball State. Ball State pressure in the offense third just outside the 18. Sent out by Savannah Stork.
Savannah's a young freshman with a lot of enthusiasm, and she's someone that some of the older girls have told me, hey, yeah, she comes out with the same energy, and doesn't matter what class she's coming out, just like if she was a veteran.
They'll need that veteran presence because, I mean, this is new. No matter graduate student, senior, all the way down, this is new to all of them at the Division I level. Jada Palmer, pass inside.
Jada Palmer is the wall of Queens defense. I'll tell you that right now.
A huge presence for them. Erica Turner and her, and then Reeb as well as Stort filling out that back line.
And the shape that Queens is playing right now is a 3-5-2, so they're really focusing on having strong defense, but also having the ball. When you have 5 players in the midfield, it's really important that you have to be able to get up and push up together as a total unit. And that's one thing that you have to recognize in soccer, especially when you have 5 midfielders. They're going to be running up and down the field all day long.
Ball sent down, and now another throw in for Ball State. Durant gets on it, knocked off. Queens takes over possession, now getting some pressure in the offensive third for them. Svensson just behind Durant, and it'll roll out. Ball State with another throw in early on in this opening half.
All season long, you're going to see Queens want to play that ball into the channel and really utilize the width of this field to be able to let the ball do the work and actually get them up and using that outside channel like Jaira. And then also on the other side, you'd have Maddie Leone.
Ball State coming in off of last season, 6-9-2 in 2021. 2-7 on the road as they are today. looking to improve on that record this year. Fraley getting past Svensson.
That was a really strong offensive move.
Through ball inside the 18. Palmer boxing out. Turner scoops it up.
And just right there, Nick, is a great example of just how strong you have a goalkeeper and a defender that are just absolutely in sync. And that's something that's just so vital in today's game, where the goalkeeper and defender, they have to be in sync in terms of their communication. You have to know that the goalkeeper is going to scoop it up and that, Jada was going to shield it. And that's a type of strength that Queens is going to have, and it's going to be working for them and work well for them throughout the season.
Already saw it in the UNC Wilming game. A strong back line with a good goalkeeper are something both of these teams have. So it's going to be a battle. Who can get on the board first, not just in this game, but in 2022. Throw in coming on the far side for Ball State. Cardinals coming off a 3-0 loss to Kentucky on Thursday, played the same night as the Royals.
The Royals will also face their own SEC opponent, Tennessee, later this season.
That'll be a tough matchup. I mean, no matter how good of a team, when you're playing in those major conferences, that's
Absolutely.
a huge thing, and that's a big thing for this school and this program to play a team of that caliber.
Absolutely, and it also helps measure when you play a team like an SEC school or an ACC school. It gives a good measurement of where you're at, and it might be a challenge, but it's one that you have to take if you want to be able to really level up and play at the next level. The program doesn't just achieve what they did at the Division II level without going to the next one.
If you want to be the best, you have to play against the best. Do you think that's Coach Knowles' mindset with this team?
Absolutely. She really is all about playing at the best of your ability and doing all the little things right. She really focuses on making sure that the girls are really accountable for what they do and that everything's unified. And like I said earlier, it doesn't matter if you're a freshman, if you're a senior, everyone on this team is equal, and they show it by the way that they give their effort.
Fenchel putting pressure just around the 18, pops out another throw in for Ball State. Starting just like the last one for the Royals, really sitting back in the defensive third. Fenchel with another cross attempt, knocked out, but the first corner kick of the game coming for the Cardinals.
And anytime, Nick, there's a corner kick opportunity, this is an opportunity. Anytime there's a corner kick opportunity for a game in soccer, right? These are set plays. You've had these practice, you have these worked on. You're supposed to get the ball in the net. So, and corner kicks aren't guaranteed as well.
That's what they'll look to do right now. Queens did let in one of their 2 goals against UNC Wilmington on a corner as the ball is in, bounces all the way through, no one there.
A little bit oohs and ahs from the crowd, a little shaken up that no one got a touch on that from Ball State.
The chance was definitely there, the best scoring chance we've seen today. Now Queens looking to push and change the momentum here, get a scoring chance of their own.
Queens is going to look to switch the ball to the other side and really take care of the ball and letting the ball do the work, right? They want to make sure that the ball, just like there, Jada made a really great pass to Jaira, and Matt just really got them up, from the defending third all the way up to the attacking third. That's where you're going to see Queens do a lot of this season, is trying to maintain the control in the defensive back because they're sound, they have good first touch, but then being able to get the ball forward and have those right out there to the channels is what they're going to be looking to do.
And that seems like the game plan so far. Jada Palmer stepping up, trying to send a ball to Jaira Durant. Now, through ball to Svensson. Svensson on the right side, looking to cross, sends it, and it goes out the end line. Goal kick for the Cardinals.
And I know Svensson, she just literally gave a little bit of a frustration to her face after that cross, because that's just not like her. She's someone who's a captain on this team and someone who just, she knows she can play a better ball than that, and so she's beating herself up right now a little bit, but I'll like to see how she rebounds.
In goal for Ball State, Bethany Moser out of Mason, Ohio. Had a career-high 9 saves against Kentucky in the 3-0 loss as she scoops up another attack attempt from the Royals.
And that is something to establish as a goalkeeper. When you have such a strong game in your first game, you definitely have a larger sense of confidence and presence going into your next game, especially when you're on the road.
Ball State pushing on, bringing back the offensive pressure as Jada Palmer sticks back on the back line, sends it up. She's just playing keep out right now, it seems, for this Queens back line.
Right now you're going to see Queens really try to shift their entire team shape up, just because they don't want to give Ball State any opportunities to be able to capitalize the counterattack into the attacking third. Queens is going to play a lot of high pressure.
36 minutes into this opening half, so about 10 minutes played almost. And it seems like a lot of this is just these two teams feeling each other out, trying to understand how each team is going to play throughout this game. How are they going to get chances? Just seeing which way it's going to go. Palmer bringing up the ball for the Royals. Reeb with a faulty touch.
But that's where you have someone like Erica Turner back there that can able to handle the ball back on her own and know what she has to do with the ball. She has a great first touch as a goalkeeper, and that's one thing that I don't think people give credit enough for, that goalkeepers actually do have to practice with their feet, and they actually have to be just as sound as technically sound as all the players on the field.
I've heard a lot of coaches say if you're a goalie, you should be able to kick it just as far and hard and as well and play with your feet as well as anyone on the field if you're going to be a top-tier goalkeeper.
Absolutely, and be able to maintain the ball with control and put it at exactly where you intended it to be. You know, no one wants to receive a pass that's a bad pass, right? I always like to say, give the pass that you like to receive, and Erica Turner definitely does that.
Broering pushing inside, tackled by Guglielmo.
We got Mia Gaither. She's just somebody I know that's really aching to also score. She's someone that really showed up for Queens during last season. Big-time golden goal in the SAC semifinal championship that they unfortunately lost to in the championship to Catawba. But man, that goal was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. With her left foot right in the back of the net, it was a golden goal opportunity, and she's someone that is going to show up during this season, put some pretty nice goals in this game, or this season, excuse me.
Gaither, the senior from Harrisburg, North Carolina, was second in points last year, tied with Alyssa Edwards, who moved on from the Queens program. Still 0-0 here. No score yet. Both teams looking for their first goal of 2022 as we await this game to get restarted. But neither goalkeeper has really seen too much action. That one corner kick for Ball State, and Moser for in net for Ball State really hasn't seen any action at all yet.
Yep, and just right there, Ball State, Queens was preparing for Ball State to go forward, but instead they used it as an opportunity to go backwards and then regain possession and place the ball down the channel.
Jeffers on the attack, passes it inside. The play doesn't unfold the way they intended. Turner scoops it up.
And she thought for a second maybe to pass it out to Savannah, but you know what? Erica Turner, she's going to use this counterattack to get the ball all the way 3/4 up the field.
Turner, very good at switching the sides of the field, especially when pressure is mainly here. Great tackle from Palmer. She keeps going. 1, 2, and the third. A big collision. And a player for Ball State is down on the other side of the field. And Jada Palmer, hopefully both are okay, of course, but Palmer just going through, using her power to run and really just go through two defenders before that third tackle.
I said it earlier, and I'll say it again, and throughout the season, she's someone that's a wall, but we want to make sure that wall stays strong and put together.
Well, still scoreless, 32:55 left in the first. We're going to take a quick break here, but we'll be back with the opening half action. Stick with us.
Every journey has a starting point. Each student has a moment when talent and passion meet opportunity. At the intersection of challenge and support, self-discovery fuels breakthroughs, and leaders emerge prepared for what's next. I grew up loving music. It possesses this very real, very unique power for connection and healing. And my journey as a music therapist took shape here.
I discovered the pool offered a more level playing field and the chance to push my limits.
back here at Dixon Field in Charlotte, North Carolina. Acadia Murphy was the player down. She got up on her own power and is staying in the game from what we can tell. Brought down by Jada Palmer, as we said, and that was a hard collision to have there.
Absolutely. Jada Palmer is a player that I would never want to have to run into because I would definitely fall to the ground and be gone.
And that is why she's the base of that back line for Queens. I mean, she's physical, she's imposing, and her and Erica Turner really dictate what goes on back there.
Absolutely, and like I said, they are a connected just defensive unit, and it's going to be such a difference maker for this team as they are in this inaugural Division I season.
This first NCAA Division I season for the women's soccer program at Queens here on the Queens Sports Network. I'm Nick Kloss alongside Kat Biancardi as Ball State has a break. Reeb back, Palmer comes, saved by Turner. A great chance by Ball State. Mitchell with the shot. Fenchel with the shot for Ball State. And that was probably now the best opportunity we've seen so far this game.
For either team offensively.
Now Svensson bringing the pressure. Great through ball to Gaither. Keeps at the line and just not in time. Goes out, will be a goal kick for the Cardinals.
Great look and great opportunity by Queens. And I know Gaither, I appreciate the hustle, and I got to give her credit for that hustle. It was right there, so close, but.
So close, but not it. Queens still searching, trying to find their offense here in this 2022 season. Great through ball. Gaither right in the same spot. A second chance. Inside the cross, headed out. A good chance there for the Royals.
Yeah, Gaither was looking to get right in that back post, and unfortunately, Tyre Durant was just not there, and Ball State did a really great job of getting that ball first time out.
Keeping it in. They're going back to Gaither. Takes a shot from the outside, just over the crossbar. Gaither going for goal.
That was a beautiful opportunity, so close. I mean, you heard the crowd go on both sides of the ball. Both teams and both fan bases.
Outside the 18, Gaither goes for glory, just high.
And right here is where Queens must stay really forward and keep the pressure high so that the ball can stay on their attack at third.
Ball State sending it out of their defensive third. Palmer now throwing it in around the midway point on the far side. Guglielmo sending it back through the back line.
That was just a great example of how Queens can win the ball in the air first time and just easily be able to control the possession. Grace Guglielmo does a great job of winning tackles and just being able to have maintain the control of the ball and the possession for her team in the midfield.
Queens going back to Turner.
Look at Erica Turner right now, urging her team, get up, get up. She wants her team to get up and get in that attacking third.
Queens seems to really be focusing on their offensive pressure. Turnover by Svensson. Now Fenchel sending it to the outside. Ball State on a run, offside. Lexi Fraley just behind the Queens back line. Turner will come up to take the free kick.
And right here you have a goalkeeper at the college level. They're expected to be able to take that free kick from back there just so they can get their entire team up on the field. Maddie Leon did a great job right there of winning the ball in the air to be able to push it up even further as well.
Leon plays it on. Ball State takes over possession.
Maddie Leon is one of the returners from last year. She was a freshman. She played a lot of minutes, but she's someone who's just wicked strong. When I asked the girls on the team, who's someone that just goes hard every single practice? And Erica Turner said, hey, listen, I'm going to tell you, Maddie Leon outworks everyone.
Maddie Leon, the 5'3" sophomore from Hillard, Ohio. As a whistle blown and a free kick coming for the Cardinals. Katia Murphy. Set to take it, 28-26. Left in the opening half, still scoreless.
Glad to see that she's up and playing and feeling all right.
She did stay in the game after going down. Shot from Ball State. Very wide. Will be a corner kick, went off of Hilda Svensson.
Yeah, Erica was trying to make that decision quickly on what to do, whether she should try to get the ball or she knew, okay, it's going to be a corner kick, let's just set up defensively.
So a second corner kick for Ball State. Maya Millis set to take it. It sends it in towards the back post,
What a
punched
punch.
out by Turner. Second chance, saved. Now Gaither, Turner, turning good defense into good offense. She took one from the outside, takes another, saved by Moser.
And I know right now on the coaching side, Coach Knoll is wondering, okay, great way to push that ball up and get that forward, but just in that position right there, where was our follow-up, right? Where's my second chance opportunity, especially because the goalkeeper did deflect the ball.
Now Moser playing it with her feet, gives it off to Lexi Smith, the fifth year from Rochester, Michigan. Defense in 2020-2021 surrendered only 9 goals, with her being a staple on the back line. Smith playing catch up, trying to get back. Now Bean, undercut. Obvious foul there, good call by the official. Is now Queens. You're starting to see a spark in their play. They're starting to really push it. Also the momentum of those 2 saves from Erica Turner.
Absolutely. When a goalkeeper makes a big-time save, it puts your team with a whole new sense of confidence. And it's not just a confidence of knowing that your goalkeeper, is incredible or does their job and does it well, but also that, hey, all right, we're good. We got it back here. Now let's do our job in the attacking third.
Once again here at Dixon Field in Charlotte, North Carolina. A great crowd here for a Sunday morning. Game started at 10 a.m.
I got to give Ball State total credit. They showed up for this game, and lots of red here. It's exciting to be able to have another good crowd for our second game of the season.
This is what changes when you jump to the Division I level. Bigger crowds, everything's bigger.
People travel to see their teams, I'll tell you.
Roaring sends it in, poked in, just outside.
At this point right now, Nick, you're going to see some fresh legs come in, and that's exactly what the Royals need at this point.
And a handful of substitutions for the Royals as Mia Manuel comes into this game, as well as Noelle Roberts. Also Connie Dutton coming in at forward for the Royals.
Yeah, she's an English woman, and she actually is someone that Coach Knoll really believes that can do a good job of putting the ball in the back of the net.
Daniela Com also on the field as well. Lexi Fraley tries to send the cross in off Hilda Svensson. Another corner kick coming for Ball State.
Svensson did a great job of protecting the goal with using her body and putting that first.
Millis to take the corner once again, been
And Queens needs to be paying
designated.
attention right now because Ball State, look, played the short way too easy.
Millis with the shot from the outside. Easy save for Turner. She gobbles it up. Now gives her team some time, decides to throw it. Sees Durant on the far side. Touched inside for Calm. Poked out. Free kick for Queens. Guglielmo in the center circle.
Right there with the ball. You got Miss Little Noelle Roberts. She's a new freshman as well. Her and Connie are both up there playing in that attacking third with veteran Mia Manuel. You have your freshman with a little bit of veteran presence.
Guglielmo inside to Dutton, taken down. Lexi Smith with a solid tackle just at the 18. Svensson with the throw in for the Royals.
Daniela Kalm right there is someone who is full of energy and enthusiasm, but she's someone who you can depend on to communicate on the field and really, help control the game in the midfield.
Reeb regroups through Turner. This Queens team coming off a 16-5-1 season last year, 8-1-1 at home. So this is a 2-7 Ball State team on the road last year against an 8-1-1 home record for Queens. Durant, through ball. On the far side, foot race just out of reach. Savannah Stewart making the run.
All the way from the defense, and that's something that's really important to note, that soccer players, they're in different positions, but like Coach Knoll's style of play is, hey, we're playing total team soccer. When we have the ball, we're on offense. When we don't have the ball, we're on defense.
Yeah, Kat took me a moment to find her because she was so out of place on the field, but makes her way back. It's now calm. Through ball to Svensson. Perfect placement, keeps it in. Beats one. Just outside the 18, poked in and booted out by Millis for the Cardinals.
Stetson did a really great job of controlling the ball and making sure that she was smart with the move that she used to try to beat her opponent.
Mia Manuel and Nia Gaither both returning for Queens this year. Two of the leading scorers for the Royals in that 2021 season.
Ball State substitution.
Now Ball State
Number 6.
making some substitutions. Elgert heading on.
Caitlin Fraser.
Getting some fresh legs.
Elgert heading off, excuse me. Frazier heading on for Ball State. Ball State throw in on the near side. Reeb goes up to contest for the header. Now Guglielmo. Good tackle, keeping it away. Tries to send it through, back to Palmer. Palmer will send it up with a good strike.
Great
Guglielmo stepping up. Another tackle. These two teams going back and forth right now. Really a shift in momentum. To start, it was all Ball State. Then Queens went on a little bit of run. I'd go to even say it's about 50-50 almost in possession here.
Absolutely, Nick. I would definitely say you're on point on that. We'll check at halftime for sure with the possession percentage, but 50-50 in terms of opportunities, and neither team has really done anything that's been superb.
Ball State really leading with those 3 corner chances they've had so far, but 20 minutes remaining just around in this opening half as Manuel gives it back to Palmer, and Turner strikes it upfield. Dutton trying to keep possession for the Royals. Coleman Dutton. Just poked out. They called a throw in for Queens. Stewart coming up to take it. Queens not pushing it too much, trying to play safe and sound. They really do have a philosophy of good defense will result in a good offense.
Absolutely, and just making smart decisions, right? It's making sure that, hey, I'm going to go out of the way to communicate to make sure that I know exactly where I need that ball to be and make sure that my teammate's there. That type of just strong communication really does make a huge difference on the field, and that's one thing that this Queen has as a strength, is these girls are not afraid to communicate.
Ball just went out, just barely on the near sideline. Throwing for Ball State, now it gets headed around. Dutton.
Queens did a great job just in that little stretch right there of winning the ball and being first to the ball in both opportunities. Now they have a throw-in.
Dutton and Smith going at it, but Queens gets the throw-in. Dutton again. Defended by Millis. Millis pokes it out. Queens slowly but surely making their way up the near sideline. Ball State with some room to run. Through ball, poked in. Palmer there, as she's always been this season so far, to kick it away. Roberts, the freshman out of Charlotte, North Carolina, went to Mallard Creek High School. Right here in the city, Jair Durant, another Charlotte product. And Durant, just an aggressive player. You always see her in those bunches. I mean, last game you saw her go down so many times, so much fire in the way she plays.
Absolutely, and especially when you're playing on that outside midfield position, you're going to be going up against some pretty tough defenders. Like these Ball State defenders have done a great job of being really sound in their defense as well. You have to give that absolute credit that they're doing just as good of a job in terms of making sure that, hey, we're not going to let our goalkeeper have to do too much work.
17:30 remaining in the opening half, still scoreless. Cardinals and the Royals both looking for their first goal of 2022. Queens looking for their first goal as a Division I program. And now it's getting more intense for the Royals as their schedule will go on. Now in the offensive third, but pushed out by Ball State, but keeping good pressure. They're not allowing Ball State to really get out of their own half of the field.
Absolutely. Queens is doing a great job right now of maintaining the possession and keeping the ball in the attacking third. And Nick, I'll tell you that Queens winning today is not just would be a huge victory for the program, but it would be a huge plus for the program because of the fact that they're going to be going on, I believe, a 5-game road stretch, and they're going to be playing some tough opponents like Morehead State, Tennessee. So winning a game like this now early would be a huge confidence booster for the team as they go on the road.
Goal kick coming for Ball State. And Kat, it really seems like the story of Queens' first year in Division I is going to be road games. I mean, road games, they have a long stretch here. Like you said, just 5 games. The field hockey team, I think, has, 12-game stretch?
13, yeah.
I mean, it's going to be crazy for the Royals. Definitely going to be battling through adversity all year, but it starts right here. Division I women's soccer. First game, UNC Wilmington setting an attendance record here at Dixon Field. And now Ball State, still 0-0, looking for that first goal.
825 folks in that attendance record, Nick. And I'll tell you, I've watched a lot of athletic events here at Dixon Field over the past year, and that Thursday night was pretty special for this entire Queens Nation, Queens University, and history. And you know what? There'll be nothing like it.
On a run. Not in time. Another goal kick coming for Ball State, but Queens keeping the pressure. It seems like ball after ball is heading towards the 18. And Queens not with any tangible scoring chances just yet, but some great shots other than that shot from Nia Gaither.
Yeah, Queens has done a good job of getting the ball up the field, having control in the passing game, but just they're lacking in the ability to finish and get that ball back in the net.
Ball State coached by Josh Reif in his 3rd season with the team. 21-8-1 overall record. Record tying 15 wins in 2019. So definitely pushing this program in the right direction, just like Coach Knoll wants to do for the Queens Royals.
Absolutely. The previous coaching staff at Queens has done a really good job. You got to give credit to Coach Amy Haywood, who was here for not even a full calendar year, but the impact that she made on the program her past 2 years, her past 2 seasons.
Roberts, just outside the 18, looking for the cross. First one blocked, second chance. Headed away, now Millis kicking it out for Ball State. Cardinals trying to take advantage of the numbers. Alex McPhee called off sides.
Ball State did a great job of winning the ball right outside of the 18, and that honestly is where the ball now is on the defensive side of Queens.
Palmer playing it back through Turner. As we are still scoreless, but it hasn't felt like these two teams aren't pressing each other as hard as they can. Both really good defensive teams, but trying to make something happen on offense. As Cardinals get another goal kick.
Number 26, Keely Jackson checks in.
And Keely Jackson checks in for the Royals.
Keely Jackson is someone who played a lot of minutes last season and is also another person in the defensive unit that the Queens program has relied on the past several seasons, and she's someone that really is sound on the defensive side and also has the ability to get the ball up. And right now, she's utilizing the whole width of the field. Number 26 right there, folks. Utilizing the whole width of the field, just all the way over to the touch line. And that's your job as a defender, to make sure that you utilize that whole space, especially when there's a counterattack.
Keely Jackson, 20 games played last year, shot from just outside the 18, struck well, but Palmer laying the body out, getting the block, and just showing why she's a captain on this team this year.
Jada the Wall Palmer is going to be her new name, because literally nothing has got past her.
I like that. She's going to stick with that this year. Ball State keeping possession now in the attacking third. Good tackle from Calm. Now Durant, pressure on. Good job by Queens to force Ball State to take the ball back into their half of the field. 12 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in the opening half. Still scoreless, Ball State sending one up. Jada the Wall Palmer holding up that back line for the Royals. And I'll have to give you credit on that whenever I use it now.
Absolutely. Thanks. I appreciate it, Nick. Hopefully Mike Lennon will think it's good enough to carry on over to for the other broadcasts.
All right, and right now we're going to send it to our sideline reporter, Caitlin Beerworth, to see what updates she has from the field.
Yeah, Nick, I was down on the field listening to these two coaches, kind of two opposite techniques in the 0-0 match right now for their offense. Coach Reif on the Ball State sideline encouraging his team to take those 1v1 opportunities against this strong defensive line. He wants them to go one-on-one and attack, whereas Coach Knoll is emphasizing her players to play into space and allow her speedy forwards like Durant to make something happen and hopefully put one in the back of the net.
Thank you, Caitlin. Two very different outlooks on this game and how they're going to play it, but Kat, what do you think of that? What do you think of these two different styles coming together in this matchup today?
Yeah, Caitlin made a great point that Coach Knoll has done a really good job of making sure that her team plays the way that she wants them to play, right? Utilizing the space and playing to the channel, a lot of passing, whereas absolutely Ball State had more one-on-one opportunities. And it's different, but both are in the same result, 0-0.
Svensson throwing it in. Summer Bishop now in the game. Manuel taking a shot, save
Beautiful save.
by Moser.
Beautiful save.
And a great shot for Queens, just getting those chances right now. Dutton brought down. Play moves on. Durant cutting all which way, getting through. Just out of reach. Throw in for Queens, as it's called, last off Ball State.
You can see Ball State's goalkeeper, Moser, she's just really, she's clapping right there. She's telling her team where they need to be. Because after you make a save like that, there's a little bit of an adrenaline rush that you have control of this game and that there's a confidence in your team that, hey, listen, let's get ourselves in control and try to get the ball up.
There's adrenaline, there's momentum.
Very sound.
Chip on a run. Moser comes out, snags it out of the air, and ends the pursuit for the Royals. Summer Bishop pressing the Ball State back line out of Indian Land, South Carolina. Valedictorian of her high school. She definitely exemplifies what I'd call a student athlete.
We got to be smart on the soccer field, Nick. In any sport, the mind and the mental game and being able to utilize being actually intelligent is really helpful for your team.
And that's what college sports is all about. You get a great education and get to represent your school and play a Division I, II, or III sport. Right now we're talking Division I for the first time with Queens Royals taking on Ball State in game number 2 of this season. Bishop plays it down. Turned over, Ball State now. Palmer stepping up. Far side. Ball State on a run. Fraley pushing through. Excuse me, McPhee on that far side. Making the run for Ball State. just goes out, so a throw in for the Cardinals in their attacking third.
Yeah, I thought it was as well. I thought it was Fraley. The 7 and 17 got mixed up.
Exactly, just looks a little different from the other side of the field. Ball State keeping it right there. Really trying to make something happen here. We're under 10 minutes left in the first half, and, you know, going in 0-0 tie isn't the worst thing in the world, but both of these teams want to be up.
Absolutely. Being able to get a goal in the back of the net before you go into half is a huge momentum boost for your team, and both of these teams are aching to get that first goal of the season.
All they want here is that first goal. Ball State and Queens both getting shut out in their opening game. Queens 2-0 to UNC Wilmington right here on Dixon Field last Thursday. Ball State in Kentucky versus the University of Kentucky 3-0. And just keeps repeating over and over and over, it seems like, in that far corner. Just throw in for Ball State, kicked out by Jada Palmer, and so on. Now Ball State pushing into the 18. Jeffers taken down, called a corner kick. So the fourth corner kick of this game, and the fourth one for Ball State.
This is a huge opportunity for Ball State.
Lexi Smith to take the corner for the Cardinals. And this is a huge moment for this team.
You got the whole, all of Cardinal Nation up in the attacking third right there, except the goalkeeper.
Goes right in the center, headed up, still inside the 18. McPhee tries to get the third attempt on target, just wide. Goal kick to come for the Royals.
I like the way that freshman Savannah Stewart did a good job of not being afraid to get up in the air, win that ball in the header. And that's something as a freshman, you come in and you have to be just as fearless no matter what age you are, especially because you're playing with girls that are larger than you, bigger than you, stronger than you, but Stewart has done a great job of being someone who has shown that she...
On the attack. She'll kick. Almost 4 minutes remaining in the opening half, still scoreless. Throw in for Ball State, Millis. Headed right back out by Svensson. Svensson, another physical presence for this Royals team.
Absolutely, and she's someone who is physical and she's also really fast. And she's honestly one of the, she's one of 4 captains on our on the Queens team whose style of leadership is very much lead by example. Whereas you got Erica Turner being a total communication girl.
Caldwell sending in. Now Roper, big save by Turner. Pops it up, brings it down, and a huge save by Erica Turner, keeping this game at a 0-0 tie.
I'll tell you, Erica Turner is one of the most steadfast players in not just the way she plays, but who she is as a person. I think that has a lot to do with the fact that she came from Ireland. And when I talked to her about the transition from Division 2 to Division 1, right? She said, hey, I came to Queens originally just to play football. The NCAA Division 1, Division 2, Division 3 doesn't really matter. I came to play football, and that's what I'm going to do now at this next level. I'm just going to keep playing football.
And Roberts going in full force. Lexi Smith with the tackle. Throw in for Queens in their attacking third. Roberts finds Bishop. Poked back out. Light cross in, headed right out by Smith. And now we just had a big save on one side, and just like earlier on in this half, now Queens trying to keep it in their attacking third. Dutton. Cross attempt poked away. Goal kick for Ball State.
I love that both freshmen, Roberts and Dutton, they're getting some repetition and opportunity to play and being able to work together and really, put themselves out there. And they're both of good size. They're not, tiny. They're both strong bodies, and that's one thing I think that Queens' freshmen, they're all strong. They all have good bodies. They're all making sure that they can be competitive with just anybody that's whatever class that they are.
Roberts, one of 8 freshmen that the Royals brought in for this 2022 season. Throw in headed out by Mia Manuel.
You got to take a look at that Queens bench right over there. They are full of energy and excitement, and they're trying to cheer on their girls because they really want to try to go out in this first half with the momentum.
And you really saw that the entire time in the UNC Wilming game as well. It looked like they were really in it. They were probably feeding off the energy of the crowd, and it seems like they're really trying to support their team to, get on the board and get their first win of this season.
Absolutely.
1 minute remaining in the period.
Coach
1 minute.
does a really great job of making sure that the team stays full of energy, and one of her requirements is for this team to have passion, and that means whether you're on the field or off the field.
Under 1 minute left in this opening half. Ball State trying to get one last scoring chance before they take a break here at Dixon Field. Svensson throwing it in for the Royals. Dutton playing one-on-one. Millis with the tackle attempt goes all the way back. Smith will play keep away with Moser, her keeper. Now 15 seconds. Ball sent down. Caldwell on a foot race with Reeb. Reeb wins it. Turner sends it out. 3 seconds left, and this opening half will end still scoreless at Dixon Field. Both teams getting their fair share of chances in that opening half. But Kat, what do you think were the big takeaways from this?
Big takeaways is both teams had opportunities and just weren't able to finish, right? In the sense that, hey, Queens did the work to get up all the way up the field, but they really just needed to be able to put it in the back of the net, and that's going to be the challenge that you're going to see Coach Knoll give her team. Hey, who can be the one to put it in the back of the net?
And Bethany Moser and Erica Turner, both the goalkeepers in this game, really playing solid. Saw some great saves from both of them.
Absolutely, both are strong presence in the defense.
We're going to take a break here for halftime. Still scoreless here at Dixon Field. Ball State 0, Queens 0. Both looking for that first goal of the 2022 season. The action of the second half coming up.
Once royalty carves out its place in history, it becomes an empire. And an empire needs room to grow. People call us an empire. We simply call ourselves Royals. Queens has been committed to excellence in everything we do. Now, we've leveled up. We're faster. We're stronger. We're better than ever. And now, we're ready for a new challenge. Our legacy has expanded. ASUN is now our domain, whether it's away or at home. On the diamond, even when no one is watching. Working, training, coaching. In the moments that define our empire, Royals are Division 1.
Every journey has a starting point, and my journey as a music therapist took shape here.
I discovered the pool offered a more level playing field and the chance to push my limits.
I've always had a knack for chemistry, and that talent has magnified since I got here, rippling out in new directions. I'm not afraid to take risks. I believe challenges make us stronger, and innovation only comes when we're willing to lean into the unknown.
I'm still not sure what the future holds, but whatever it is, Queens has prepared me for it.
My professors push me in the classroom and believe in my abilities.
My coaches, professors, all of us, we're one team, one family.
by that 18. There's a hard time finishing.
Svensson one-on-one with Fraley, pokes it out. As the through ball from Fenchel was in a good spot, but Svensson would not allow Fraley to get that one with time and room. 37 minutes, 45 seconds left in the second half, still scoreless, but right in front, Ball State with a good chance. Scooped up by Turner as she is keeping the Royals in this one. Could be a very different story today if Erica Turner isn't in net.
Yeah, and Abby Elgert had a really close opportunity, but I will say, got to give credit to the Queens defense of being there, and Erica Turner doing exactly what she's supposed to do.
Turner brings it up way outside the 18. Sends it down the field. Headed out by Ball State. Queens now with a throw-in and a chance to get something going.
And folks, just so you know, this is an opportunity for both teams to do something that they haven't done yet this season. Score a goal and get their first win. Both teams really aching to get that first goal and first win of the season, just to get their confidence up and running for this 22 season.
And once again, we apologize for those technical difficulties. Everything is all good now. We'll be bringing you the rest of this game action. And while we're at it, let's check in with Caitlin Beerworth and see what she's got going on the sideline. Caitlin?
Yeah, guys, I had a chance to talk to Coach Reif about adjustments in the second half. He told me defensively he just wants to see more toughness out of his team, win those 50-50 balls, which can be pretty intimidating when you're going up against a defender like Jada Palmer. But he said, just get tough. And then as for Coach Knoll, she said something that gave me chills, guys. She said 45 minutes to make histories. Ladies, that's what it's all about. Kat, let's see if your pregame prediction comes true.
Thank you, Caitlin. And Kat, let's see if that pregame prediction comes true. It's still possible at this moment.
Absolutely. My Biancardi's bold prediction for the day was Sofia Mirtis being the one who gets the ball in the back of the net.
Once again, thank you, Caitlin, for that update. And it is a chance for Coach Knoll's squad to make history, to get the first Division I goal, to get the first Division I win is still up. And not just the first one in program history, but the first one for this school here in Charlotte.
Absolutely, and for the program and the institution. And I'll just have to tell you, Nick, that game against UNC Wilmington, that first game, Division I on Thursday, was an electric atmosphere, and it was something that I know for a fact will be a date that the Queens family is not going to ever forget.
Fenchel gives it to Fraley. Fraley stuffed by Turner as she comes out. Both of them shaken up. It looks like Turner taking some extra time on the ground. Made a big play, sacrificing the body there. Got the stop as she's able to get up. No trainers have to come out. She's just showing toughness right here for her squad.
Erica Turner, toughness, absolutely signature trait of her playing game. And look at that, easy peasy. Gets the ball all the way, 3/4 up the field, like nothing.
Gets right back up and now switching sides of the field. Ball State trying to prevent that right here. Cardinals already having some good offensive chances here in the second half. Still early on. 34 minutes, 15 seconds left in the closing half of the second game of the season. Palmer getting in. Ball goes back out. Hungry Mossick keeping the Royals at bay, but a throw in. Durant to take it on the near side.
Maddie Leon was just running real fast right there. Just like a racehorse.
Keely Jackson gives it to Durant, who has some space. Durant tries to switch sides just out of reach of Leon. Now Fraley for the Cardinals. She has been the main player on the Cardinals, pushing this offensive pressure.
Fraley right there just showed a great demonstration of her technical ball skills, the ability to get up the field and maintain possession and keep that ball so close that Hilda Svensson didn't even have an opportunity to even give a defensive tackle.
It's really been, and Lexi Fraley, out of Lafayette, Indiana, just a sophomore at her high school, set records for goals in a career and in a season. So definitely one of the strongest offensive players and most skilled players on this Ball State team. It's been her and Fenchel, number 5 in red, creating a lot of the offensive opportunities for the Cardinals. Dombrowski just outside the 18, time and room. Strike is good, but not good enough. Erica Turner makes another save, and she's just stacking on. Already had 4 in the first half.
And right now, Nick, she's at 7.
Added 3 on, and we're pretty early on in this second half, so a lot more to go.
I will say that was one point I was going to make, that Ball State has done a really great job of controlling the ball in this half. And the stats show it, right? They've had 7 shots now in total for so far this game. And Queens, on the other side, only 4 shots, right? They're doing a really great job of maintaining the control. And I think they're playing a little bit more, passing to feed, a little bit more pretty soccer. And it's going so far well for them.
So far, so good, as Queens makes a handful of substitutions, including on the bottom of your screen, Savannah Stort, 10 in white, checking back into this game.
She's a freshman, folks, but she is someone that you're going to see working wicked hard. She played all 45 minutes in the first half.
Palmer sends it downfield. Durant heading it up. Now Mia Manuel, leading scorer from last year's team, brought down. It's a hard play for both players there. Both go down, throwing for Queens. Millis kicking it up for Fraley, and now sent back in by the Royals. Queens finally getting some possession here, as it seems like the second half has really been dictated by the Cardinals. $30 minutes, 10 seconds left in this opening half, still scoreless. Everyone waiting for the first Queens goal of this season. Ball State still trying to get on the board themselves.
Lauren Kale's up at that top forward position, and she's someone who is really passionate with the way she plays, and she loves to definitely heckle those defenders.
Jeffers. Pocket collapses in on her. Now on the outside, Elger sending it in. Fraley with the shot, and another save. Make it 8 on the day for Erica Turner.
For any viewers that we have that may be aspiring goalkeepers or aspiring college soccer players, you watch Erica Turner's game, and she's going to give you everything done correctly. Just like you said, signature textbook, and she's a great goalkeeper to watch as an example.
And Fraley just being a thorn in the side of the Queens back line right now, as a long shot sent up and over. Could say the field goal was good on that one if you had the uprights. Turner will get the goal kick, as Queens looking to send the ball to the other side, as Elgert checks out of this game for Ball State. Delaney Caldwell coming in.
Elgert has done a really great job of providing opportunities for her team in the passing game.
Erica Turner also preseason goalkeeper of the year in the fan vote for the ASUN.
Way to show up, Royals Nation. That is something that you got to give credit out to the fan base. And right now you got some Royals here. We have women's volleyball team is here. Some of the women's lacrosse team is here. Women's lacrosse other teammate, Grace Guglielmo, who plays on our women's lacrosse team. Love to see that the Royals are all coming out supporting each other.
Really is amazing to see, not what they thought they'd see in the first year of D1, a fan base like that, as Ball State almost had the cross in, but sent away by Jada Palmer. Another corner kick coming for Ball State, as the Ball State crowd is really getting into it here at Dixon Field. Queens at home, but Ball State came out and tried to take away that home field advantage. Millis sends in the kick, knocked in, and just blocked outside right in front of the crossbar is Dutton.
Olivia Bean.
Excuse me, Olivia Bean kicking that out. Looks like it might have even hit crossbar if she wasn't there, but good thing she was, sends that away.
That's one thing that this Queens defensive unit, they're really good at positioning themselves and preparing for offensive corner kicks and making sure that she was right on that post.
That was a great piece from Millis, finding Jenna Dombrowski on the backside, got the whole foot on it, but Bean in the perfect place at the perfect time. Bean and Dombrowski going back at it. Durant with the tackle. Sent up and out. Trickles out of play, another throw in coming for Ball State. Still scoreless here. I feel like we've had a lot of action though. You know, still scoreless, 0-0 on the scoreboard, but both these teams fighting and getting good chances.
Yeah, right now so far, the Cardinals with 14 shots. Queens, on the other hand, only 4. And I'll tell you, Ball State, they're called Cardinal Nation, and right now they're chirping and cheered for their girls right here.
They really are showing out here at Dixon Field. A good crowd of red, but also a good amount of white and blue. 5 in red to take the free kick. Avery Fenchel sends it inside the 18. Headed on by Caldwell, free just outside the 6. Knocked out by Grace Sane, the senior out of Clover, South Carolina.
Grace Sane is someone who is another veteran presence in the defense and someone who's strong, and she loves her communication as well.
Jeffers throws it in. Fenchel fighting 2-on-1. Durant playing some hard defense there.
Great header by Olivia Bean.
Headed out by Bean. And now Fenchel with the poke. Big save by Turner using the leg, and Fenchel.
I told you
head in
earlier,
the
Nick.
grass.
Told you earlier, goalies got to be good with their feet, not just their hands.
A kick save for Turner, and Fenchel couldn't help but be shocked that it is not 1-0 Cardinals right now, as Fenchel will head off. 2 substitutions.
I know she's probably beating herself up a little bit because she's like, man, that was perfectly placed in that corner, but Erica Turner just has the body to be able to even just stretch and predict that, you know, her foot was the better option than her hands.
Maria Browering also heading off for the Cardinals. Jeffers throwing it in, going back to the same plan. Fraley sends it over. Queens getting it out.
Roberts back in the game here.
On a run. She's got Gaither on the far side. Splits with 2. Utertes taken down outside the 18. Moser comes out to contest Gaither. And Queens with a good push there.
Queens did a really great job of, after being in defensive shape and collapse, they really did a great job of just getting back up on the field and then opening up their shape and pushing forward.
Moser taking her time in the 18 as time is winding down, under 25 minutes.
Queens must win the ball in the 50-50, especially win those 50-50 balls.
Sane plays it up to Gaither.
Because as of so far, Ball State's doing a better job of keeping the possession and providing themselves with more opportunities offensively.
Ball State, for the most part, has been dictating the pace of this game. Queens trying to change it. Roberts on the near side, gives it back to Bean.
Left foot.
Cross from the lefty, headed. Nothing there for the Royals. Duterte's taking one in the shoulder. Jada Palmer boxing out, keeping that ball in Queens' possession.
Jada Turner might need an ice bath later. Very well deserved, though.
Ball State throwing on the far side. Headed up and now as they inch their way up this field.
Beautiful throw-in by Ball State.
Now Caldwell crossing one in. Frazier had the look, but not on target. Goal kick coming for Erica Turner and the Royals.
Yeah, it was hard for her to get her left foot and just get a touch on that ball.
Cardinal substitutions.
Substitutions
Erica Burke,
coming for the Cardinals.
Tiffany Torres. Checking in for the Royals.
Tiffany Torres coming in for Ball State. Calm coming back into this game,
Jackson, and number 29, Grace Guillermo.
as well as Jackson already seeing a good amount of time. And Keely Jackson really had a solid performance so far this game, looking to add on to it as she comes back on the field.
Absolutely, she's a defender who can really do a great job of being able to play the ball to the outside and make sure that she gets her team up and moving.
Calm, getting up and active, 7-on-7. Millis fighting down the far side for Ball State. Frazier sending it back so Ball State can regroup. Have had a few great offensive chances and some good scoring chances so far in this second half, but nothing's gone yet. Erica Turner having a fantastic game so far.
Great ball possession right there by the freshman Savannah Stewart.
Stewart, the freshman out of Alpharetta, Georgia, brings it back. Switches sides. Ball State, another throw in front of the Queens bench. Under 20 minutes now in the second half, still scoreless. Fraley showing her skills with the ball as she has all day today. She takes a long one. Looking for Tiffany Torres, but out of reach as now Torres runs in the ball, gets a little far away from Erica Turner. Keely Jackson will help her out. Get it back for the goal kick. And back underway.
I think the big question here, Nick, is, hey, which Royal is going to step up and get that ball in the back of the net? Because the defense is doing their job.
And Kat, what do you think they need to do, Queens really needs to do to get a scoring chance? Is now Ball State is putting pressure on. Chipped up, Turner comes out. Easy grab for her. She pushes the pace. Finding Gaither right at center field.
Perfectly punted right, and Gaither did a great job of settling that ball down.
Guglielmo stepping up. Sent right back, Keely Jackson. Misses the touch. Sends it back to Erica Turner to be safe. Roberts held down.
Beautifully placed ball by Erica Turner right in the channel.
Queens called offsides.
And that's something that you have to adjust to when you're a freshman, making sure that your positioning is correct, and just something new that's not surprising.
So what do you think, Kat? Does Queen have to change anything in their game plan right now to try and get on the board, or just more pressure? What do you think?
Queens really has to do a better job of making sure that when they get that ball offensively and they play it in the channels, that they go in and utilize that opportunity. Queens must absolutely have to be fearless, like I said earlier.
Ball State makes a run. Sent out by Keely Jackson, and just barely goes to the left of that flag. And another corner kick, and Ball State is ready. They want the corner kick, they want the scoring chance, and they're ready to put their first one in of the year.
They're chirping all right.
Right here, the Cardinals are chirping. Lexi Smith to take the corner, but Lexi Fraley right there with her. Could play a short ball. Sends in the cross. Punched out by Turner. Queens not out of the woods yet. Now calm. A collision of multiple players. Ball State comes out with it. Another corner coming.
Good defensive play by Grace Lane.
16:41 remaining in the final half. Still scoreless. Back-to-back corners for the Cardinals. Sent in, goes right outside the 6, headed out. And the Cardinals retreat back, still keeping it in the offensive half. Now chested up. Another shot from Ball State, way wide, as Torres tried to play it off the bounce.
And right now, Nick, as we're approaching, less than 16 minutes left in the game, this is a good opportunity for Queens to get some substitution, get some fresh legs, and also Erica Turner to just reset her team from all the way from the back of the field all the way to the top.
Connie Dutton playing forward right now. Durant as well back in this game. We get a quick whistle here. Ball will go back to Erica Turner.
Number 15, Jenna Dombrowski. And number 11, Lexi Fraley.
So now we'll get going. Both these teams 0-1 to start the season. Neither have started conference play after this game. Queens goes on the road for a chunk of time, as a lot of their programs will. Having to make these schedules has resulted in heavy road trips for these Queens teams. Ball State on a run. Caldwell looks for the cross, called offsides.
And Nick, when you look at comparing the first half to the second half, Ball State has had a total of 10 shots this half. That's more double than that they had in the first half, with only 6. And you look now, they have 16 shots total throughout the entire game. Queens, only 4 shots.
It's definitely something Coach Knoll will want to address, how to get this offense firing on all cylinders. They are a great defensive team, but still need to be able to put the ball in the back of the net. Calm, brings it down, sends it up. Trying to send Dutton on a run, but Moser comes out, grabs the ball. Just under 15 minutes now to play. Dutton putting pressure on freshman Acadia Murphy out of Dexter, Michigan.
Checking in for Royals, number 30, Sophia
Acadia's
Pearson.
mother and father both
And for number 7,
all-conference soccer players at Missouri Valley College.
Cardinals, number 23.
Runs in the blood.
Checking in for number 8.
Runs in the blood for a lot of these athletes. A lot of their parents played before them. You know, that's what sparks the love at a young age for different sports. And, you know, Grace Guglielmo plays 2 different sports in college. So
She does. She came here originally to play lacrosse, and it happened to be she was just an incredible athlete and decided, hey, I'm going to play soccer too. And she's also, this past year, was Defender of the Year in NCAA Division II lacrosse.
an outstanding lacrosse player for one of the best programs as Ball State on a run. Caldwell on the far side. Turner steps up. Palmer kicks it out. Caldwell had it one-on-one with Turner. Turner gets a piece of it, and Palmer sends it out. Jada Palmer and Erica Turner.
That right there was a great example, folks, of what it means to be a total team defensive unit into cover. After pressuring, you cover back, and Jada just right there did a great job of following the pressure.
Another corner coming in for Ball State. Goes through. No one there. And Queens escapes yet another scoring opportunity from the Cardinals. We've talked a lot, Kat, about Jada Palmer and Erica Turner really being the staples in this defense, and I don't think you could have seen a more obvious example than right there.
Absolutely.
Ball State knocking it up. Caldwell brings it down, and it's sent right out.
I'd like to see Queens' bench get a little bit more fired up right now. Try to have that translation of energy from the sideline to the field, because it really does make a difference.
Both teams quiet here. Both need a goal to get the momentum going. Turner comes all the way out to the edge of the 18.
Great instincts by Turner to just come out, get that ball, and scoop it.
Palmer fends off Elgert to allow Turner to get it.
So right there, Nick, was an example how Queens got the first ball right, but didn't win that second one. And there was kind of a delay of, okay, who's right there in that positioning after Dutton, she touched the ball right, but then we're looking, okay, who's supposed to get that next one?
The 50-50 ball, crucial for Queens with a free kick. At the midline, Reeb plays it off to the right to Grace Sane. Svensson, well defended. More substitutions. Maddie Leone checks back into this game. As well as Mutertes for the Royals at midfield.
Queens is doing a really
Guglielmo.
great job right there. They're just playing 2 to 3 touches quick, and that their touch is just so sound.
Back to Jackson and Dutton. Plays the ball back to Jackson and Dutton. Plays the ball just behind Durant. Throw in for Ball State. Ball State really had a clump of the chances so far in this second half. Elger finds Caldwell. Just out of reach. Grace Sane will throw it in on the far side, just in front of the Ball State bench. Neither benches seem to be eccentrically energetic right now. Both still waiting for that first goal as Fraley heads it over Palmer. Turner comes out to grab it.
Got less than 10 minutes left in this ball game, Nick.
Under 10 minutes, still scoreless. A hero waiting to emerge on either Ball State or the Royals. Fraley playing fast, gets the ball out to Caldwell. Caldwell pushes it in the 18. Grace Sane sends it out. Millis comes up for the throw-in. Dixon Field, a full crowd on Sunday morning. Cardinals taking on the Royals. Palmer stepping up. Ball State threatening and sent out Fenchel. 5 in red. Deking her way through the Queens back line.
If you want to learn how to play defense, folks, watch this back line.
They bend and bend, but they do not break. At least so far today. Palmer up to Dutton. Durant unable to keep it in.
Just short of trying to keep that ball in.
Now thrown up to Elgert. Fraley, one-on-one with Palmer.
Palmer did a great job of shielding that ball, carrying it all the way to the outside. Non-stop energy and effort.
11 and 20, a matchup we didn't really know how it was gonna go, but the best offensive player for Ball State, 11 in red, the best defender for the Royals, 20 in white. They have been going at it all game. Mia Manuel checking in
And she is
for
someone,
Queens.
yeah, she's someone, Nick, that the Royals definitely can come up and just show up in terms of being able to get the ball in the back of the net. She led the team last year in goals, and she's someone that, hey, Coach Knoll put her in and said, hey, go get a goal for our team.
Manuel played for IMG Academy, was SAC third team last year.
IMG just produces college athletes all around the country. It's a powerhouse high school program.
Williama with the interception. Sends it up and out, and Ball State really kicking it into gear here. 6:43 remaining in this final half, trying to get on board. Both teams fighting. Still scoreless. Ball State coming off a loss to Kentucky.
And this, as the time is dwindling down, Nick, this is where Queens is going to be tested. Hey, is our mind in the game? Is our IQ? Queens is going to be challenged to continue to be smart with the ball, not make any mistakes, and additionally be able to close out this game and be able to just make sure that, hey, we still are in control and not make any silly mistakes.
Jackson defended by Elger. Sends a pass. Caldwell takes it, gives it to Fenchel. Fenchel tried to slide a through ball over to Jenna Dombrowski and just out of reach. Now Queens the other way. Caldwell kicks it up. Fenchel. One-on-one with Reeb.
Ball State's definitely trying to make a little bit more chaos for Queens, whereas Queens likes to play the ball on the ground, play two-touch. I like to say, Queens likes to play pretty soccer.
And Durant pushing in inside the 18. Doesn't go out just yet, still in play. Durant one-on-one with Jeffers.
Queens is going to look to switch that ball to the other side and try to keep the possession on the other half.
Queens keeping it in the offensive half right now. Through ball looking for Durant just outside. Jeffers. Moser will come out. Queens still tied here as we will send it to Caitlin Beerworth for an update late in this second half.
Yeah, guys, I was just over there on the sideline. You can feel the tension as both these teams trying to find the back of the net. Neither of these teams have had a win this year. Don't want to end in a tie. This is the first year the NCAA has implemented the rule that they will not go to overtime. It will end in a 0-0 tie. So both these teams really looking to win to get momentum for the rest of the season.
Thanks, Caitlin, and thanks for that reminder to everyone watching that this will not go to any extra time. I mean, if this ends, it ends in a tie, and these two teams will still be waiting for their first goal of the season, and Queens will await their first win, first goal as a Division I program.
Yeah, but Caitlin brought up a great point about how that is a difference and change in the game for this upcoming season, because and it will be also a test for your team, right? When you got to play overtime, you get to really see how your team gets to be tested more, and you get to be able to see, okay, who can show up when the time goes from 90 minutes to then 100 minutes to 110 minutes. And that's one thing that come late in the season when you're trying to figure out, okay, who's going to win and who's going to show up during conferences when there's tiebreakers. Hey, you're going to see, okay, can my team fully play that 110 minutes if we have to?
Bethany Moser getting her knee checked out.
We hope she's okay.
Hope she's okay. Well, we're going to take a break here while she gets checked out by the trainer. Still scoreless here at Dixon Field in Charlotte, North Carolina. Under 4 minutes remaining. We'll be right back.
Once royalty carves out its place in history, it becomes an empire. And an empire needs room to grow. People call us an empire. We simply call ourselves Royals. Queens has been committed to excellence in everything we do. Now, we've leveled up. We're faster. We're stronger. We're better than ever. And now, we're ready for a new challenge. Our legacy has expanded. ASUN is now our domain, whether it's away or at home. On the diamond, even when no one is watching. Working, training, coaching. In the moments that define our empire, Royals are Division 1.
Every journey has a starting point. Each student has a moment when talent and passion meet opportunity. At the intersection of challenge and support, self-discovery fuels breakthroughs.
Hello and welcome back here to Dixon Field. I'm Nick Kloss alongside Kat Biancardi. As now we have a substitution. It looks like Ball State will get a new keeper in net.
Yeah, Miss Abby Jenkins, number 0, comes from Fishers, Indiana. Stepping in right now, hoping to close her team out with a 0-0.
And you never want to see an injury even on an opposing team, but Queens has to be thinking this is an opening for them.
Absolutely. This is a test for both teams. Okay, can we stay mentally sharp and in tune and not make any silly errors?
Palmer boxes out, allowing Turner to scoop it up and get possession in favor of the Royals. But a bad punt there, given right back to Ball State. Now Fenchel, some fancy footwork, puts it up, and Fraser unable to keep the offensive attack going.
Yeah, that punt was definitely out of character for Erica Turner. But man, girl's been working hard. She's got a total of 11 saves, but it feels like there's more than that.
Erica Turner having an outstanding game, trying to keep it going here late. Only 2 minutes, 10 seconds left in the final half. And as we said earlier, this game will not go to any extra time or any sort of overtime. It will end as a tie. Erica Turner, as Kat just said, having an outstanding game. 11 saves. Mia Manuel pushed off the ball. Play goes on. Fraley in a foot race, called off sides.
Erica Turner is the definition of toughness. Just to see the way that she fearlessly came out right there.
Turner played it a little too quick there. Sends it back.
She's like, I'm not here to waste any time. Anything can happen. I know that's cliche, and I'm not supposed to say things like that, but minute left.
A minute 10 left to be exact, still scoreless. Both teams looking for their first win of this 2022 season. Both still looking for their first goal. And it's something you can notice here late. Both teams pushing, trying to get into the opposing team's 18 and get the ball in the back of that net. Gutierrez plays it back, Palmer.
And just in that,
Stewart.
Oh, no, excuse me, go ahead, Nick.
Puts it down. 30 seconds remaining. Pulled out, Queens with the throw-in. In the attacking third, Durant. One-on-one with Jeffers. Durant keeping it in, still alive. And Fraley sends it downfield, under 10 seconds.
Look at Maddie Leon's hustle.
Putting it all out there, 3 seconds left, trickles out. And this game will end a 0-0 tie. Both teams looking for their first win. Both teams looking for their first goal, but neither really get what they're looking for. But also, Queens, a brand new Division I program, gets their first tie after their first game being a loss. So what do you think, Kat?
Absolutely. You have to be, I know both coaches probably frustrated that there was no goals put in the back of the net. You have to give both teams credit for their defensive performance, especially goalkeeper Erica Turner and Jada Palmer in that second half. Those were the two difference makers, and I would give my player of the games to both those two young ladies, because right there, they have just been Keegan Burton, assistant, dabbing them up, giving them big, hugs, and just letting them know, hey, they played amazing, and they really were the difference maker in this game and made sure that this game ended in a tie. And that's something that, you can't depend on every single game, but it's something that Coach Knoll knows that her team has to work on. Hey, we got to figure out to get our offense operating and get some juice going.
Well, 0-0 here at Dixon Field. Ball State Cardinals and Queens University of Charlotte Royals tied up here. But we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with a full game recap with me and Kat. So stay with us.
Once royalty carves out its place in history, it becomes an empire. And an empire needs room to grow. People call us an empire. We simply call ourselves Royals. Queens has been committed to excellence in everything we do. Now, we've leveled up. We're faster. We're stronger. We're better than ever. And now, we're ready for a new challenge. Our legacy has expanded. ASUN is now our domain, whether it's away or at home. On the diamond, even when no one is watching. Working, training, coaching. In the moments that define our empire, Royals are Division I.
Every journey has a starting point. Each student has a moment when talent and passion meet opportunity. At the intersection of challenge and support, self-discovery fuels breakthroughs, and leaders emerge prepared for what's next. I grew up loving music. It possesses this very real, very unique power for connection and healing. And my journey as a music therapist took shape here.
I discovered the pool offered a more level playing field and the chance to push my limits. At Queens, there's so much opportunity, and our potential for greatness accelerates with every step of our collective journey.
I've always had a knack for chemistry, and that talent has magnified since I got here, rippling out in new directions. I'm not afraid to take risks. I believe challenges make us stronger, and innovation only comes when we're willing to lean into the unknown.
I'm still not sure what the future holds, but whatever it is, Queens has prepared me for it.
My professors push me in the classroom and believe in my abilities.
My coaches, professors, all of us, we're one team, one family.
Here, my voice is heard. I'm given the freedom to be myself and charter new opportunities for change.
Here, strength comes from within.
Practice makes perfect.
And curiosity knows no bounds.
I believe Queens graduates will create a better tomorrow. Where we go next? That's up to us.
Life.
Hello and welcome back for the Queens post game of this matchup between Ball State and the Queens Royals. And we'll just take a look at these final stats first. I mean, 17 shots, 11 shots on goal, 2 saves, and 8 corners for Ball State. They really, by the numbers, controlled this game, Kat.
Absolutely. Ball State did a great job of maintaining possession in their attacking third, but I know for a fact that the Ball State team is pretty frustrated leaving Dixon Field without putting one in the back of the net.
And one bright spot here in the numbers is Erica Turner. Those 11 shots on goal mean Turner had 11 saves in this game, which is outstanding for her and just great for the Queens team to know they have her backing them up.
Absolutely. I got to give my player of the game to players of the game, the dynamic duo back there. Erica Turner, goalkeeper, toughness, just absolutely was the difference maker in this game, along with Jada Palmer. Them two, you can just see how the defense was such a strong unit and how really that this team, yes, that's their strong suit. But now the challenges as they're going on the road for 5 games, hey, we got to figure out how we can get some offense rocking and rolling.
Now Ball State and Queens both 0-1-1. Ball State heads back to Indiana to take on the University of Indiana on August 25th, Thursday at 8 p.m. Excuse me.
That's Coach Rife's alma mater.
Coach Rife heading back to where he played his college soccer. But now, Kat, what is next for Queens? Where are they heading, and where do they want to do and change to get some W's in the win column?
Absolutely. The next 5-game road stretch is going to be a long one. You have Mississippi College, West Florida, Morehead State, and then coming up September 11th at Tennessee. So building an opportunity to be able to build team chemistry as they go on the road, be able to see, okay, who is going to be my team, who's going to be on the offensive side of the ball to be able to put it in the back of the net? Who can I depend on? I know that's going to be definitely a huge key emphasis for Coach Knoll, trying to figure that out. But I also think this is really important while they go on the road. Hey, this is going to be an opportunity for this team to continue growing in their team chemistry and their team building. And that's something that I know Coach Knoll has done a really good job of. They have done communication games. They have done a variety of team building just so that this team can be a complete unit.
Well, that's all we have today. 0-0 tie, 0-1-1, both teams here. Ball State and Queens. For Kat Biancardi, I'm Nick Kloss. For our sideline, Caitlin Beerworth, our director of broadcasting, Mike Glennon, and our cameraman, Jacob and Keelan. Thank you for watching the Queens Sports Network. We'll be back in just a little while. Field hockey coming up next week, I believe. So be sure to tune in to all things Queens Sports Network. We'll see you next time.